Like you can't be like this, like to the side, talk like this and go like this.
Chan,
I'm just telling you, fam. You were doing it the
why
whole
are you
time.
yelling?
Because I said talking to the mic and you're like, I know. You can't take constructive criticism.
Yes, I can. It's not from you.
That see so. Why?
Because you're annoying.
That's not nice. Say sorry.
No.
Say sorry.
For what?
That's not nice.
I'm calling you annoying.
Say sorry.
I shouldn't say sorry if I don't mean it.
That is not nice. It's okay. It's
You'll be
fine.
all right.
Do your 5, 6, 7, 8.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Hey, what's going on, world? It's your girl Shy, and welcome back to the CheyTea podcast. We are film batching, okay? We
Batching?
are, batching, filming episode batching, whatever. We're filming multiple episodes today, okay?
Right.
So yes, we are in the same attire on the same day, all right? We bathe our skin, okay? All right? Period. Outside.
Not a goddamn outside.
That's what we have to teach our nieces.
No.
When they get a little bit older. Yeah. What? Yeah.
I'm
when
not
they get
teaching
home.
them that.
I am.
Shan.
What? When they're like 10, we can.
No.
Okay, 12.
No.
Yo, I am that meme, eh?
You are. Those kids. Listen, my nieces are very smart. They soak up everything.
Yeah.
Okay? Everything.
Period.
But you want to know why? This
Because
one.
of me.
This one. And you can imagine. She's not like this with like other people's children, but like
No,
this
that's
girl.
fine. But they know that. That's why they're so smart. They know they're only allowed to do those things at home with us.
Yeah, but still.
I know, but I'm very proud
Like,
that I teach
yeah,
them these
I mean,
things.
because when you ask Zuby if somebody messes with her at school, what's she gonna do?
Fight them. Say it, just fight them. But
Don't play with me. And I'm like,
stop playing with me.
and I'm like, you know what, sis? You right.
Love it.
Love her.
it.
But you already know the vibes, guys.
Mhm.
Like, comment, subscribe on the YouTubes.
Mm-hmm.
Follow us on Instagram and TikTok because the girls are TikToking. And by
Mhm.
girls, I mean Miss Shantae.
Yep.
So you know the vibes. She's putting out the content for the gal them and the man
Yep,
them.
I'm trying.
You already know for the people DEM.
Amen.
You already know. So you know the
Hallelujah.
content out there.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, like and comment, and you know she's giving up the get readies with me's,
Mm-hmm.
the hauls because you know she's spending coins.
Don't worry.
And-
I spend money that I return it right back. Don't worry.
Shut up, bro.
I don't care.
And she's giving up vlogs of the days in the lives of a
Yeah.
choreographer, teacher. You already know the vibes. Can we talk about that? Your girl is a Eastern Conference champion.
yeah, speak
Shout
it.
out to the Argos. And when you're watching this, hopefully I'll come back with something and I can start bragging.
Yeah, hopefully.
We're speaking into existence. I'm not going to say it just yet.
We
But
love
when
a
we film
brag.
next, I might be bragging.
We love a brag.
But you already know the vibes. So, you know. But see?
You
See?
mash up people's
I didn't even
face.
mash up the people that I'm sitting there. You see this? Because you know I hung up the people that
Shut
picture.
up. I'm going to.
My people that I mean her things.
Shut up.
But you know the vibes? Yeah. Outside.
Mm.
There.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I know that this is a
Chris Brown stand
a
podcast.
Chris Brown Stan podcast, but I just want to get into something really fast. We are not going to talk long on this, okay? But the AMAs are completely wrong for canceling Chris Brown's performance that he was supposed to perform
Yeah.
at on this past Sunday that just passed. Y'all are wrong, okay? And the reason why you're wrong, I'm speaking from, like, take it away from the artist. I'm speaking from a dancer's point of view, okay? When you get booked for a job, there's excitement that goes underneath that booking, okay?
Yep.
Everybody has emotions. You get happy. You're finally booked. The accomplishment of the booking, the
You're
accomplishment,
anxious, you're nervous,
right?
you're giddy.
the fact that you got the opportunity to be in the room, to do all these things, the experience is exactly what dancers crave for as artists,
Yeah.
as creatives, as talent, as humans, okay? So for a room full of dancers, not just the artists, but the creatives that processed this whole thing, that came up with everything,
Choreographer.
the choreographer, the assistant choreographers, the talent it takes to sustain and attain the choreography,
And to
those
get so many
steps,
dancers in a room.
to get these dancers in a room, the time that they are not going to get back
Yep.
for learning, for sweating, for pushing, for thriving for this performance is insane. That is insane.
And whether this was a Chris Brown performance or anybody. Doesn't matter who it was.
Take it away. That's why I said take it away from Chris Brown.
So whether or not this was Chris Brown's, Drake, Kendrick Lamar's, whoever was performing, you just took something away from dancers and artists for what?
And you have no reason?
And then you say no reason. Like, you know, and then you reach out to these artists to perform. So you basically said, beep, 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 hello, management.
Change my mind.
And then, no. That's the original call. Then you said, beep, 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 management. Never mind, psych. Take it back.
That is so stupid.
That's madness.
And you took food off of other people's plate. Chris Brown is Chris Brown. So he already has a name. He already knows what it is, okay?
There's just something to go on a resume.
But you took food off these people's plates. How do you know who flew out to do what? Who had to travel from what to come where to do what? How do you know that? What if someone was like all jokes aside?
Yeah.
But what if someone was relying on this performance to pay for a bill?
Yep.
You just take it from them?
Yeah, because you can't assume that all of these dancers have money, right? Just because they're dancing with a certain artist. Because that's another thing. A lot of people like to assume those things.
No. Dancers, let me tell you, speaking from a dancer, we ain't got it like that, sweetie, okay?
People like to think because you did A, B, and C, you're up.
No, we're not.
No, like, we're laughing, but, like,
we're not.
I'm being serious. Like, we're not, like, don't assume.
Dancers are starving artists, okay?
Yep. We work our...
Figuratively and literally speaking sometimes, okay?
We work our butts off to get into the positions that we get ourselves into and to get these bookings that this is what you're doing.
And it's not easy.
Definitely not easy to get booked for that. It's not easy. Can you imagine this was somebody's, like, first booking? And you just took it away from them. That they got to perform at Chris Brown and now they can't because you decided to take it back and change your mind?
Whack.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
Whack.
And I watched all 7 minutes of that performance. Oh.
Whack.
Straight whack.
Let's go on Instagram Live real quickly so we can talk about it. So they can get a sneak peekas.
A sneak peekas?
Yeah.
Like, wiggity wiggity whack, bro. You dumb? How you gonna do my dogs like that?
How do you spell whack? I spell it with an H, and I see some people spell it with, like, W-A-C.
Because isn't, like, 2 different whacks? Like, whack, like somebody whacked you in the head, and then the other whack, like, that's whack.
So let's just put AMAs. Disappointed?
Sure.
Like that?
Sure.
Or just put AMAs with an angry face. Angry face.
I would just put Chris Brown.
Or Chris Brown?
Yeah.
Angry faces?
Yeah.
Okay.
People might think that we're mad at Chris Brown, but we're really not.
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
Can I put a filter on us?
Yeah.
We need a filter.
This girl said need a filter. Girl, bye.
Oh, God. I am not Monette girls.
It's not the Monette. They're
Not
crypto girlies now. Yeah.
Same thing. Yeah, so just imagine, like, for me, you're taking food off of these dancers' plates.
Yep.
And the thing is, it's so hard to be a dancer nowadays. How hard is it to be a dancer? Let's be real. How hard is it to be a dancer?
And it's like, this goes to just life in general too. Like, I never want to sound like I'm complaining or like I'm ungrateful or like I don't appreciate the things that happen to me. But like, I feel like in certain circumstances, in certain situations, like some people do forget like how much work like
dancers
we put in. And like some of us like some of us have day jobs who will put dance before our day jobs and go to a dance gig that'll pay us less on our day job just because we love this dance gig or because we love dance.
It makes zero sense. Like,
it's crazy.
It's like this. I'm not gonna put anything past, like, you know, Chris Brown and the things that has happened in his past.
No,
and
but like
the things that he's done. Like, we can't. I say it all the time. Sometimes Chris Brown just be acting up and I'll be like, I don't claim that side of him, okay? We don't claim that Chris Brown. However, this man has been very quiet for the last couple of years.
Just trying to mind his youth and dance and do some backflips.
doing his backflips on beat.
That's what I'm saying.
And,
I'm going on tour.
and we were all talking such positive things about him. Remember when everyone was talking about the pictures, the fan pictures?
No. Yeah, let's talk about that. You guys are complaining, oh, he's out here charging you. You guys really gonna stand beside take a picture of Chris Brown? Yes. People are gonna take their money and go stand beside Chris Brown because why? No artist takes the time to appreciate their fans who give them money to make them money.
She's preaching.
So I don't understand how you getting at somebody who is for his fans, for their fans, and then getting mad because he's putting a cost on it. None of you guys would work for free. If somebody wanted a picture with you, would you do it for free?
But half of these artists don't do it either.
Exactly.
Like, half of these artists, you can't even go near them. Have you ever seen Drake outside? Have you ever seen Drake outside?
I have.
You can't even go near him if you wanted to.
Like you can, like I've seen him outside. Yeah,
like
definitely.
An instant stiff arm.
Like I've definitely seen him outside. Definitely been like
you can't even breathe the same air as that man.
I've been in the same room as some artists and some athletes, and I've just looked around and like
stiff arm.
You can't really do much. Granted, I'm not that kind of girl because I don't really care. But you can't do nothing because some big man a ton up there just saw and like as soon as
you get a stiff arm.
If you breathe, they're like, whoa there. What are you doing?
Exactly. So you have this man who's been doing so much lately for so long and has been minding his business, hasn't been going online with his antics, hasn't been in the news like that in any type of negative press. And if it was negative, it was false allegations or accusations that he deemed to have proved exactly what I just said, false. He has been minding his business, okay? And the man is not out here breeding bear people like Nick Cannon every day having a next picnic.
They're like his 12th kid.
Okay, he's out here minding his business without fear, okay? And y'all are just wasting people's time.
It's just stupid.
That was a whole, and that performance would have dead any type of argument with Chris Brown and Michael Jackson. Is there anybody that can do it like him like that? Come tell me right now.
Not even just that. Like
anybody go right now and perform like that. Do a whole MJ.
That was a 7-minute performance.
Like that. Tell me.
And he didn't even make this performance just about him. The man utilized his dancers. Had one having his moment. Chris Brown come true. Everybody's having them. Everybody's having their moments together. You can feel the energy in the room. And this is what you guys are doing?
It's whack. It's whack.
Nobody does what he does, and you guys don't appreciate it. And this is coming from, like, not even just a fan. I'm just talking about in general. Like, this is an artist who works, who puts on a show. And as a dancer, I respect him because he puts on a show. From dancing to singing, and the choreography is choreographing.
No, it's the choreography is choreographying.
Yeah. Like it's just doing what it needs to do. And, like, he books people. And he's
solid with the same amount of dancers who are privileged and are honored to continue to get booked by this man. Do you know that like Joshua Smith, who's the choreographer, like reached out to people to do this performance?
Yeah,
like he reached out to dancers.
Yeah,
to do this performance.
You know how? First of all, you know how
much work that is,
and not just that, and that the trust that Mr. Christopher Brown had to trust a choreographer to reach out to dancers to do a performance. People don't do that. Artists don't do that.
You just took away someone's opportunity. This could have been someone's moment. And this could have went on someone's resume.
And if you watch that 7-minute performance, AMAs, I hope you feel it.
No, they're gonna feel it.
Feel it.
They're gonna feel it.
Listen, I read those comments.
Listen, the people that were in the comments commenting, I would be commenting
they posted a picture of somebody, and they said, the man that they posted a picture of commented, "Let Chris Brown perform." Like, why you post a picture of the man? I'm gonna ignore it. Every single comment is about letting Chris Brown perform.
Now, when is it time to actually forgive someone for the nonsense that they've done? Like, real talk. Like, no one is saying that people can't change, okay? But isn't it more so like the loudest apology is change behavior?
Yep.
Right? So if we think, oh, people can't change, you can't change the outcome, this happened, blah, 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 all this next things. If people involved in the unfortunate circumstance that had occurred
are
have
minding
moved
their business
on and have forgiven each other and are minding their business, when is it time for the public to mind their business too?
It's because he's a male. And they're gonna take that around with it. They're gonna still bring that up. They're gonna still talk about it. They're still gonna say, "Oh well, he did this." They don't care what he's done after that.
But the man is like 30. How old is he?
He's
33?
33.
He's almost 34 years old. This happened when he was young. And
He was like 18.
I don't want to say take it away. There's been nonsense that's happened like
But look how
after.
many. But y'all weren't loud enough when Trey Songz was getting accused of all of these things.
No, but there's rappers, and I don't want to dim anybody's light, but there's rappers who have been arrested. There's rappers who have fought. There's
That's
rappers
what I'm saying.
who have
People
gun
do
charges.
things, but none of you guys say anything.
People do all these things, and y'all don't have the same energy as you do when it comes to Chris Brown. Look at Akon the other day. Was there sitting down talking negatively, saying that Chris Brown is around Bloods and is around this and around that.
Yeah.
What are you guys talking
said
about?
That he can't be as big as Michael Jackson because of the people that he's around.
This performance would have made him as big as Michael Jackson.
I don't care. Argue with
your
baby
moms.
Your
Okay?
baby father.
Argue with your dad. This performance would have been
It would have
just as big, and it would have deaded the argument.
No, it would have, because name one artist who can do it like Chris Brown. Whenever you're talking about Michael Jackson, name an artist who can get on the same stage as Chris Brown and do the same thing and dance the same way and sing the same way. Give me one, and don't even think about saying Usher.
Because Usher already did that.
Because Usher did that.
He already did that.
And Usher already told Chris Brown to his face that he was a legend. So next, tell me somebody else. Nobody's doing it how this man is doing it. And you guys are just out here. And I'm just like, I can't fathom. I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand.
The society likes to pretend
that
they want apologies but won't offer forgiveness.
Yep. You want everybody to come out, oh, you need to apologize for this, that, and the third. So
they apologize and you're still crucifying them.
The man came up with the man did a whole documentary sitting down talking about it.
Taking accountability, saying
he was wrong. Doing all the things.
And you're still crucifying him.
And have you seen him do anything?
And you want to know what? I don't want to speak death onto nobody because this man will live a long life in the name of Jesus. Amen.
But we're not going to wait.
But are y'all going to wait to give this man his flowers when he's not here? Is that what we're waiting for?
You didn't hear what Takeoff said right before he passed?
Right? Don't give me my flowers when I'm gone. Give me my flowers here while I can smell them. So what you guys going to do? Same flipping award shows that are blackballing him and won't let him perform are going to be the same ones to put on some ugly ass tribute with his name and probably put Offset's face again instead of Chris Brown's because they're that stupid.
But they did it to Michael Jackson. As much as you guys praise him, man, you guys said things about him too. How he was this, that, and the third, and how he was this, that. Man went through a terrible childhood and all these things, and you guys crucified Michael Jackson too.
Yeah.
And waited till the man passed.
And gave Michael Jackson his flowers when he wasn't here.
Yep. And wanted to say, oh, he's the king of pop. But where were you when the man was alive and breathing? Saying that he was a child molester. Like, it's too much. Listen. Selective.
We need to have the same energy all around. We can't be praying to God and asking God for forgiveness, but you can't forgive others for something that don't involve you. You sound stupid.
It's crazy. But if you you're still there. If you watch a 7-minute performance, you understand
there's greatness.
Why, like, us as dancers are so, like...
There's greatness.
We put in work. And that was one of the best 7 minutes I've ever watched in my life. That man didn't even look like he was tired.
It didn't even look like that. That wasn't, like...
I
don't even know what to say.
Was that full out?
That, like...
like, was that even, like... Was it on a scale of 1 to 10? Like, how much energy were you giving?
Was that full out?
That was so clean and so effortless. Like, the man just moved. And, like, each dancer was just doing the steps. And, like, it just looked so unison. It's like they were all, like, hymns, like, of Chris Brown's, just dancing. Because they were all so one. Like, they were just clean. Like, I don't know what else to say.
How long those reversals were?
Y'all moving like these are 4-hour rehearsals.
How angry I get when I'm in rehearsal for 2 hours? Can you imagine these dancers who were in rehearsals
all night
for hours upon hours upon hours, learning a whole 7-minute set, and y'all had the audacity to cancel it without any explanation?
I'm fighting still.
Go run up underneath your mama, man. Jeez.
Wow.
Underneath, run.
Not a run.
Run.
Sprint.
Because that's a lot of work. And I get upset. Again, take it away from Chris Brown. Those dancers, being a dancer and a choreographer and a creative is one of the hardest jobs in the world, okay? Do you hear me? It is the hardest job in the world.
Like, imagine sitting down, right? You choreographed about 5 solos for a studio. And the studio said, you put in time. I'm talking, you worked on this for
time and money weeks. I can't get back.
And then the studio owner looked at you and said, you know what? We're just not going to use those solos anymore.
No,
we're not going to use your choreography.
The creative process that it takes. Like, it takes a lot of work to do what we do. You can't go up there and remember those steps. These creatives and corporate people and industry people, these white people who sits at the table, they don't know what
You
it
don't
takes to
know.
get into this atmosphere.
You
You don't
don't.
know the talent it takes to have, to do, to produce, to perform,
To sit
to
down
show,
and
to
to-
come up with, to put
Mind you,
together.
they're still doing.
lot of
They're doing the
upsets.
original choreography that Michael Jackson did for these songs, but they're like revamping it in a way to make it different, which even takes work. Because how can you, as a creative, take the same choreo that was done 20 odd years ago, but make
And
it
put-
still
put
dope
it
and adjust it for Chris Brown and put it
now.
a time set of
Yeah.
now?
That takes work.
That takes work. You have to be creative to do that shit. And for you to sit down and have them do that and then say, "Psych, I take it back." Are you mad?
No, I would like if I booked that, I would literally punch people in the face. And it also takes away from the creatives and the artists. These people were excited. This was a moment for
This was a
for
big-
the choreographer
this was a huge
to have
moment.
his work.
Can you imagine sitting down and
televised.
saying that, like, I did that? Sorry. I did that? As a choreographer, you did that.
Yo, can you imagine I cook up my body and I hurt myself and I split up my legs and do all those things just to tell them I'm not doing it? Do you know how mad I would get? I'd be like, give me back the pain it took me to do that drop
Like,
split.
it didn't, and then the beginning when they did the Under the Influence, the girl just slid right down his leg. Like,
I'm just
what?
saying, I want the pain. I want the pain back.
I
Like,
want it, like,
I want it back.
I'll tell you, AMAs, run me my check, bro.
No,
Run-
facts.
Run me. Do we do a deposit? Run me my check.
They should still pay the dancers.
No, you should.
Are you dumb?
And no, and Chris Brown, you're paying everybody. Down to the music man for the set. Down to the music man.
Everybody run the check.
Everybody
Get paid.
run the check.
I want my check back.
Give them their money.
They need to get compensated for gas, even if you didn't drive.
Even if
just
you
ask
Ubered.
for it. Get it. The Uber, I'll even the Uber. Give it back.
the
The
food-
water bottle that you had to bring, give me the money back for
The
that.
food that I had to pack.
The food I had to pack, the little sandwiches, my little M&Ms, okay? I want it all back.
Run
okay?
me that and my check.
The 6 to 8 to 10 hour rehearsal that I had to learn, I want it back. I want the money for my brain to attain all that damn choreography, the mistakes. If I made a
I
mistake,
want the money for
I
the
want
clothes
it
that I wore
back.
to practice.
I want the clothes I sweat out. I want it back.
Run me my change,
Run
brother.
me my money, dog.
Are you dumb? I would knock on AMA's doors. Are you stupid? You guys think that we just wake up and just want to be here and just want to and we just work for
They
free?
didn't pay anyone.
Are you nuts?
They canceled it, so the agency's not paying them. I think they're getting paid for rehearsals. I think they're getting paid for rehearsals,
Listen.
but they don't get the money because it got canceled.
Ooh, listen, and I hope you know when you guys complain as why Chris Brown don't do certain things, this is why.
No, but facts.
And this is why I went and I saw him live in concert. Because at the end of the day, I don't.
We're so
I just-
mad.
No, like I'm big mad, and like I'm not even mad like because it's my artist. Like I'm just mad as a dancer, bro. Like that's crazy. You
The American Music Awards.
Yeah, you do all of your hard work and you put in all this effort to get booked as a dancer and something that means so much to you. And this is what they're gonna do
It's trash.
to you.
It's
Whether
trash.
I was dancing for Madonna, Lady Gaga, I don't care who I was dancing for. You just took an opportunity away from me.
They won't
With
respect
no
the legends
explanation.
until all the legends are gone.
Bro, and there's not many living legends, eh?
I'm telling you that.
Because y'all already drove Britney Spears into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And she was outside, but you
Mhm.
drove her into the ground. So there's
Mhm.
that.
You guys don't respect the legends that are still
Like
out
you
here
don't
and that have
respect
been
anybody
doing
who are
things.
still making music, and you want to say, "Oh, this, that, and the third is dying," and there's no really good R&B music, but you're not really paying attention to the man who was doing it, who's putting on music for over 15 years.
I'm telling you guys, y'all gonna have to respect this man at some point in this lifetime. You're gonna put some respect on him.
Okay.
Because I need you guys to go and watch that performance one more time.
Go
Watch
on the
it.
Instagram page and
Watch
watch
it.
it. And watch it again.
Watch it one more time. Watch
Watch
it
it
5
3
times.
times.
Study and look how much stamina and hard work and look how clean and executed that ish is. And y'all just
Every
took
single
that.
person in that room.
Wow.
Y'all are evil, bro.
Run my
AMAs
money.
run the check. That's what we're calling this episode. AMAs run the check.
Run the check.
Run the check.
Run
to the
the
people them
check.
time. Are you dumb? Run the check. And to all you people in the industry and thing, run the people them money. And start paying dancers what they're appropriately rated, dog.
You okay?
Like we do a lot.
We do a lot.
We do, and honestly, if we didn't love this stuff so much, I promise
we
you
wouldn't
I
be so
do this.
passionate
Like
about
nobody
Yeah.
does this with a 9 to
Mhm.
5 job. Nobody feels this way for a 9 to 5 job. When you feel this way about something that you love to do, it's real.
Yep.
And if I feel this way, I'm not feeling this way for a check. I'm feeling this way because I'm actually putting in work.
Yep.
Like, I'm not just here to be here and just say, oh my God, I got to dance for Chris Brown. Or, oh my God, got to dance for Kendrick. Or, oh my God, I got to do a big time performance. No, I like to do this. I love to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And you just stripped everything away from me.
Mm-hmm.
My excitement, my joy, my happiness,
Mm-hmm.
my
And
credits.
they weren't even doing that for the check. It was more so just doing it
my
for
credit,
the love of dance.
My love of dance. You just took everything away from me. A moment that I was about to tell my moms to watch, even if she couldn't see me, she saw something. She saw the sock that I was wearing. Like, Brenda.
No.
What I eat at? No,
Tomatoes.
Mayonnaise, you're trash.
Tomatoes.
Big trash.
Tomatoes.
Big trash. Run Chris and the dancers his money ASAP and the sound man.
So this kind of goes hand in hand with everything that we discussed about just forgiveness and all those things. Do you believe in second chances?
Si, senor.
Si, senor. Okay. Si, senor. Now, does it depend on the circumstance, or do you have the same energy in terms of?
I think I'd have the same energy all around, to be honest.
Okay.
I personally think I do.
So are some things unforgivable?
No. That's hard. Because I think, like, you can not forgive people. But then if you don't forgive people, that's living with a conscience in your heart. That's probably not good. And that's not good energy to keep. Because I think you can forgive somebody, but you don't have to talk to them.
Yeah, you can forgive, but you don't have to forget. Like, I can keep a distance from you. I can forgive you for what you did to me, but I don't necessarily have to be around you. I can acknowledge what you're doing, and if it's something that's positive, I can speak positive things about you, even if I'm not friends with you, or even if we're no longer together. Like, there's no animosity. There doesn't have to be any animosity towards anyone.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I can give someone a second chance. I can forgive you for infidelity, but I don't know. I don't know about the second chance. If you cheat on me,
I'm not really trying to know if I can or can't, because to be honest,
well, but you don't necessarily have to, but you've experienced finding out that, even if you haven't made it official, but the person you're talking to,
and I've
felt that before.
Yeah, and I've definitely probably forgiven them at a point, but then I just stopped talking to them.
Right. But there's no animosity, though.
No, there's no beef. I just the little 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I was just like, all right, and then we just don't speak. But I don't hate you. Like, I'm fine. Like, I'm chilling. But that's just me.
I truly, honestly, I tried. I've been cheated on, and I thought I could. I forced it. I tried to forgive the person. I think because I just wanted to not be alone. I wasn't okay with being alone. And that was my problem. So I don't truly think that I forgave them. I just wanted to fulfill my desire in being with someone, that I ignored how I truly felt, or how that situation affected me.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's what made me spiral out of control in terms of my emotions, and just the knowledge I thought I had with love. I no longer had that anymore because I was so lost within myself. But I know cheating happens. It's not something that should happen, but I know that it happens. But sometimes I feel I could forgive you about something, but that doesn't mean I can necessarily still be with you. And I find that sometimes that's something that you really, really, really need to think about. If you're going to forgive someone who cheated on you, you need to really ask yourself if that's something that you can take on, if that's something that you can truly
Are you not going to bring this up in the next argument?
Yes.
There's a lot of things that you have to consider before you can just say, I up and forgive that person.
Right. Because you don't want to hold on to something and then, what's the word I'm looking for? Resentment. There you go. You're going to start resenting your partner, and you're going to throw that onto them in an argument, in a day-to-day. You might just wake up and remember the trust. you also have to accept it from both ends though. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so if I am forgiving you or if I'm choosing to stay with you, you gotta give me the time to let it all out, which means you gotta go above and beyond for me to be able to trust you again. Is that asking for too much?
No, not necessarily. However, you need to feel that you trust your partner again in any case is valid, because at the end of the day, but you also have to remember that you are choosing to accept this person for who they are and what they've done.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't be out here talking about, oh, waking up in the morning and say, oh, well, you did this. No, you can't do that. Because remember, you still stayed. Yes, they did what they needed to do, but you made the ultimate decision that you guys are both going to work it out and stay with each other. Granted, for a relationship to work, everybody has to be cohesive and they also have to agree on what's going to happen, but you can't. And that goes with anything. You can't throw things back in somebody's face when you chose to forgive that person for whatever they've done to you, because that means you're truly not over it.
No, you're not. And if you're not over it, then that's when you should take the time to
probably
to
figure out if
distance
you still
yourself.
want to stay in that relationship, whether that's a friendship or an intimate relationship. You have to say that to yourself. Okay, am I completely over this? Will I get over this? And if the answer is no, then you probably have to separate yourself from that relationship. If the answer is yes, okay, what do I need from my partner now, or what do we need to do together to get back on the same page?
And time only can time can tell, and time will only tell that situation. You know what I mean? But in terms of that, like, you got to accept my process and I have to accept your process. And my process, if you know you cheated and you are in the wrong and your partner is asking you to, hey, I need you to do X, Y, and Z. You need to show me that you're doing this. You need to show me that you're doing that. You need to, if I'm asking you 21 questions, I don't expect you to get mad at me because I'm asking you where you're going to be and this and that. I have to. Because if you cheated on me.
But then you also have to, like, how long are you going to continue to ask?
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Everything has an expiry date for that. When everything first happens, like, I shouldn't have to ask you those things. You should be willing to give that information to me so that I can trust you again. You got to repair that trust.
Honestly,
if you broke it, you got to fix it.
I just think cheating is stupid.
It's stupid but it happens.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just think
it's dumb. People do stupid things every day.
From my experience, and like not necessarily like being kind of like being with somebody who's unfaithful in the sense of like just talking to either multiple people, getting into relationships with other people, and then finding out. For me, that like and that excitement eventually died down, and I just didn't care about that person anymore. And then they showed up, like knock knock, and I'm opening the door like, who this?
Right.
Like, why are you here again?
And then the second chance could be too late.
And the second chance is not there. Right. And I don't even think it was there to even begin with. I think it was just more so of a pride thing for me, because I was just like, well, if that person still wants to stay around, but it's just like at a point you look around and you're like, do I really deserve this? Right. Do I really want to take this back?
But that's also the process, right? That's what I'm saying. Everybody's emotions will be raw.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't have to ask you what you're doing. You should want to like tell that information so that you can do your work and I will do mine. But at some point, there is an expiry date. I don't expect you every single time to be throwing things, especially if someone is making the effort.
I think it's like stages where like you kind of see if it will work, and then sometimes you either it does work and kudos to those,
or it doesn't,
or it doesn't, and you have to go your separate ways. And sometimes, and that's okay. For my experience, it's been a adios. It's just not working because my time has expired. My feelings for you have expired. And for them, it's like, wait a minute, where are you going? And I'm like, wait a minute, where am I going? During the time where I was trying to process, you didn't business.
Yeah. How do you notice when I'm leaving, but you don't notice when I'm here?
I don't. Like, I don't understand. But once my foot is all the way up, once both my feet and my whole everything is out the door, all of a sudden now you're like, wait a minute, where's she going? And I'm like, well, when I wanted to try to see if this was going to be something, you didn't want to.
Yeah.
You were chilling. So I was like, all right.
Everybody has a process. Like
everybody has an expiry date. Everybody has a process. And sometimes there is a point where men and women will realize things too late.
Yeah.
And it happens way too often.
It is. But in terms of like, you know, you got to accept what you are dealing with and what you choose to
put up with.
put up with. So if I'm choosing, and I'm speaking from the point of giving you a second chance, if I'm choosing to give you a second chance, then at some point I truly have to give you the second chance.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going to really say, okay, I'm going to give you a second chance, and we both have to do the work.
Yeah.
It's not just you do everything. You also have to do the work on yourself to be able to trust this person again.
Yeah.
To put all your insecurities, to put all your doubt, to put your second guessing, to put your fear down and really give the person a second chance. That's kudos to you. That takes courage. That takes strength. So don't doubt yourself in that with you doing it. However, if the person's doing the work and they are showing that they're changing their behavior,
you can't be negative Nancy and
you
try to
can't
be
keep
like,
dashing it back
yeah.
at the person,
No, you
because
can't.
that's when that person is going to now resent you and be like, yo, I know I messed up and I know I did something wrong, but for the last how many amount of months or years, I've been working on myself, working on us, and being a better person.
And some people truly mean that.
And you're not acknowledging that. You still want to hold me and hold my mistake against me.
Yeah.
Then I can't be here. So now the person that was repairing the trust that they broke has repaired it, and you haven't accepted it. And because you haven't accepted it, now this person's going to walk away from you. Hypothetically speaking, of course.
Yep.
So you got to really everybody has to do the work. In order to give someone a second chance, you have to give yourself a second chance, you have to give the person a second chance, and you have to give the relationship a second chance.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Point blank, baby.
Are you okay with being the second person your partner fell in love with?
Like, what do you mean? Like, they were in love before?
Like, yeah, they experienced love. They were in a relationship before. They loved someone before, and now
you have to. Because I think for me, there's different stage, like depending on when you ever start dating in your life, and depending on how long certain relationships are. I think we all have had different kinds of loves. Now, whether that's an intimate love or a friendship type of love, you've experienced different types of love, different stages in your life, where you know what kind of love you desire and what kind of love you can give to somebody else,
and what love feels like.
And for me, and especially for me, for somebody who dates people who are usually older than her and who have more experience with dating, I'm not surprised usually when men tell me that like they've been in love before or whatever the case may be. Me personally, I don't know if I've really necessarily been in love like that, but like I know what kind of love I want to receive. And I feel like it's okay if somebody before me has been in love, because I want you to know what love feels like. Because then if you don't know what love feels like, how do I know how you're going to love me? And then also, I would like my person to also learn how I want to be loved. And that also takes time and experience and what kind of love that they were giving and what kind of love they were also receiving. So it's not bad for somebody to love somebody before they love you, because he could have a friendship that that showed him how to love somebody else, how to be in a loving relationship. So I mean, I would figure that would be normal, like for people to experience, like being in love, like yeah. I feel like you go through different stages, like your little puppy love, your little high school love, your little college love, your early 20s, early 30s love, and then like you find love, like for the rest of your life, love.
That's I think love can teach you different things. I think that we can experience love. I think sometimes you just have to be careful on like how loosely you use love. I think time, effort, journey is the journey and the process of your relationship will determine your love for the person. And I think you can fall in love again. I think that you can be in love with someone, it cannot work out, and then you can experience a different type of love. I think there's different feelings for the people that you're with. And like once you find somebody that you know knows how to love you the same way you love them, and can introduce you to different perspectives and a new way of loving and different love languages, I think that is what determines a true loving relationship. It's what you can make me do to feel comfortable outside of my comfort zone.
Yeah, and I feel like if somebody can make you do that and like make you do things that like you wouldn't necessarily normally do but you like doing, I feel like that's part of like love and like loving somebody. And I feel like that's like when you kind of truly know if you really like mess with somebody or not, or if you really love somebody. They can
Yeah.
take you out of like your comfort zone or make you do things you might not have normally do, or whatever, or introduce you to something new, or whatever the case may be. That's what I think.
Yeah. I mean, I just said that. But yeah,
Oh,
you just gave like a more detailed, which that's exactly what it is. If you introduce me to something then that's out of my comfort zone and I love it or I like it, then that what makes the love grow stronger. So if we introduce things to each other, that's a different perspective. But you got to go through things in order to get to where you want to go. And where we end, or the next journey that you start with your partner, whether it's marriage, whether you believe in life partner, whatever the case may be, we all got to go through a journey to get there. So I think you can love different people, but there's someone that's going to show you what true love is, as cliche as that sounds. And they're going to give you a different experience of love that you've never felt before. And then once you feel that, that's what's going to make you want it even more. Like, think about when you like someone and like you start talking to them. You've talked to people, you've been in different situations. The person that you're talking to that introduces you to something that you haven't experienced, there's something that
you're fascinated.
yeah, like
And a
that
light bulb
you're
goes off and
eager.
you're eager and you want to know
Yeah,
more.
you're hungry for
You're
that.
interested.
Right.
They keep your
There's
interest
something
going.
new that they're
And every
introducing
day
you to.
you when you talk to somebody and like it's a new something that you're learning and it's something more exciting and like you have like the conversations get deeper, the conversations
Yeah.
get more exciting. Like there's more things you find out that you can talk about. When
It's
you
a
think that you've
journey you've
talked,
never
yeah,
experienced
when you think
before.
you've talked about everything, all of a sudden you really haven't talked about everything.
Right.
So yeah, it's
And
a cool feeling.
It's a feeling that and that's when it's like, okay, this could be something different.
Yeah.
But I think all of that takes time. I think it takes effort. I think it takes accountability. I think it takes it just brings you on a different perspective and willingness. Like, you have to be willing to do things. You can't just say, okay, this is what I'm accustomed to. You got to be like, okay, well, I can do this because this feels different, but this feels good at the same time.
Yeah.
Or I'm getting to know you in ways I've never gotten to know somebody before. You can also learn from your mistakes. People make mistakes in relationships. You'll be like, yo, I put up with a lot of nonsense before that I shouldn't have put up with. And now I know what my limits are.
I've also learned that sometimes when you kind of take sex out of the equation, of when you're getting to know somebody, I feel that opens up doors for you to actually get to know somebody.
That's a new connection.
It's a new connection.
Not just a sexual connection.
Yeah. And then you kind of realize that maybe majority of the situations that you've been in, or maybe majority of the feelings that you might have felt, were probably just due just to sexual connections, which granted is very fine to have a good sexual relationship with somebody, but there's more to relations than just sex.
Right.
And I feel like in this generation, sometimes we kind of skip over certain steps when it comes to quote unquote talking, and we just skip straight to it, to like, yo, so how's what's going on?
It's a communication.
Yeah. So I feel like when you get introduced to something like that, and sometimes you are forced in those situations where you're actually forced to get to know somebody before you're even able to know what sex is like.
It's like long distance relationships,
and which is very
that's a different experience.
Yeah.
That takes a different type of strength.
And you wouldn't think that like you can do it unless you do it. And granted, sex, people say, oh, well, sex is important. I'm not saying that it's not, but when you take sometimes you take that out of the equation, you are forced to build a stronger relationship with somebody. You're forced to get to know somebody.
That's what makes it
which
even
is what
better.
you're supposed to do anyways.
That's what I feel like. That's what would even make the sex better.
Yeah.
Is that like I connected with you in a different way first
by just speaking to you.
And then like for you to know my wants and my needs, and you understand me, you study me, you know my limits, you know my
you know what I like, you know what I don't like.
My body, you know what I like, you know what I don't like. Like all of that is important. And I think that once you connect with me spiritually, when you have that emotional connection, and then when you get to the physical connection, that just makes it even better.
Yeah. Because now you've spoken about these things.
Right.
And you're building something, and like you know that like the next time you talk to so and so, like it's something new and exciting, rather than like when you meet somebody and it's just sex, it's like, oh, like that's all we're really
They
gonna be
know
doing.
you. They
And
get
then you
to
have
know
nothing to
you.
talk about.
Yeah.
And
They
I've
get to know
noticed that.
you.
I've been in situations where like, I don't really, once I've taken that out of the equation, I've realized that I don't really have much to talk about
Yeah.
with certain people.
Your childhood, your family, that love that you feel from your family is what's going to help you love the partner that you choose to be with.
Yeah.
In the end, it's so important for you to feel that love from your parents, for your
It just
parents to
shows you how to
teach
love
you,
people,
yeah, to show
like
you
friends and
how
stuff.
to love, to show you how to care, to show you how to be kind. I think all those things are so important for when it comes time for you to love a stranger.
Yeah.
Like, you love your family differently than a stranger, obviously, but then that stranger will then become your boyfriend, girlfriend, person, then they will become your family. So that grows. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have that in your household, then you won't know what it's like to truly love someone.
And sometimes you will know because you'll know that like I didn't get this growing up, so
You
this
will
is
know
how I
not
want. Yeah.
you'll know what
It's
not to do.
yeah, you'll know what not to do.
Right.
So it's either it goes one way or the other.
Right.
So
Some people do that, and then some people
yeah,
they're affected by it, and then they just don't know how to.
yeah,
And
which is not wrong. But then they might meet somebody who will show them how.
exactly, to have the patience to do that, and that's where the communication comes from, and that's where all that plays into perspective to what the outcome will be. Now, not everybody is for you, not everything works out. Sometimes things happen. We understand those things, but I think it's very important for especially the Black community to really value marriage, to really value love, life partner, whatever the case may be, but to really value that first before it's just like, okay, you're a baby mother, you're this. Like, really, like, truly love each other. I think that Black love needs to be there a little bit more in our community. And I was just speaking from the fact that obviously we're a part of it, but love comes from all aspects, all around you, and that's what's going to teach you to learn how to love.
Yep.
It's how you love your friends. It's how you love your family. It's how you love your spouse. It's how you love your partner. It's how you love your children. It's how you love your grandparents. It's how you love your cousins. It's how you love is what's going to show you the perspective of love. And if we don't work on that and break that generational curse that some of us are facing, then it's like we're doomed. Essentially. So I don't know. I feel like there just has to be a little bit better in that sense, and just really sitting down and being coachable and wanting to be better, I think, is what that needs to work on. I mean, we can't all aspire to be Nick Cannon and have 15 kids all over the damn place. Like, at some point, you're just like, okay, this is disgusting. No, but for real though, I know I've said this before in this podcast, but that's truly disgusting. I think he's on like baby number 12 now.
He is on baby number 12.
That's insane.
And I don't care. Nobody says no amount of money in the world, he won't be able to take care of 12 of those kids.
No. But how does
and
that
two of them
teach?
don't necessarily count because the two of them parent is Mariah Carey.
Right.
So
how does that teach these children how to love?
Nothing.
How does it teach them to value things when their father
my daddy
is
impregnated a bare female, so
right?
it's okay.
What are you teaching
and then
them?
when you're having daughters, what does that say?
What are you teaching 12, them?
Like what? No.
And what do you want for your children? That's my thing. It's like you got to think about what you would want for the people that are coming behind you.
Yeah.
You got to lead by example. And we don't do that often.
You're having daughters and sons, and this is what you're doing.
We don't do it often.
Madness. That's
why I speak of that generational curse that we have. We don't do it. We got to lead by example. We got to love by example. It's really as simple as that. I can't put in it in any other words. Ugh. See, I can't even talk. You know what I mean? I can't put it in any other words. But yeah, we just got to learn to love one more time. Truly learn to love. But yeah. I think it just I think it just went hand in hand with like the Chris Brown situation, forgiveness, love, relationships. It all works. We all need to love each other. We all need to be kind to one another. At the end of the day, you don't have to like everybody. You ain't got to love everybody, but you got to have love in your heart and love for others. And just be positive, and that's what will help you have a positive outcome and perspective on this life, because we all got an expiry date.
See.
And what determines our afterlife is what you're doing here right now.
Amen to that.
Period. So that was good episode. You know what I'm saying? CheyTea podcast is back in full effect. We are working. We are trying our very hardest. A lot. I almost choked. I have a few music videos that are be coming out that I was privileged enough to provide movement coaching and also the choreographer for. And I'm going to get into that conversation, not today because, you know,
Hello.
but we're going to get into the conversation about casting and the struggles of that for Toronto dancers and the respect that we deserve. But anyways, those music videos will be coming out soon. So I hope you guys look out for it. And yeah, I got to give myself more credit. I got to like make a choreographer reel because I've done a
I'm not
lot.
talking to you about that because I've said
Okay.
that to you a million and one times. So anyways, friends,
Wow,
like,
that's
comment,
not nice.
subscribe on
I
the
was
YouTube.
going to ask what you're up to before you just
Me?
come try to end the
I'm
episode.
not really up to nothing, baby. Like me said in the last episode, I might come back with, you know, some big news, hopefully crossing our fingers. But like, other than that, I'm outside.
She's
I'm
working.
I'm
She's working
I'm
on
getting my
herself
life
and dancing.
together.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
You should take more classes.
I was about to say that. Thank you very much.
It was okay. What? Yo, cut it out.
I'm not doing anything.
Yes,
you didn't
you
even let me
are.
talk, bro.
I was just more like an encouragement. Where's
I
the
was just about to say that I was going to take more classes, but I did.
But why you have to say it like that?
You
I
asked for
I was just about to
update.
say that.
Bro.
What? I'm annoying?
Yes.
She won't apologize for saying that
Guys,
I'm annoying.
I'm just. Anyways, friends, I'm also hungry. So there's that.
That's why she has a little attitude. It's because she's hungry. Have you ever met Aaliyah when she's hungry? Oh, she is a whole new hangry woman, okay? She's so mean.
She's just a little sensitive. But anyway, Mads are going to be out here taking more classes, you know, manifesting some things for myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we're working on.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't put in the work, manifestation don't work. Okay? It doesn't. If you don't pray about it and you don't do about it and you don't manifest it, it's not going to happen. You can't just say, I want this to happen and then just sit down. You know what I'm saying?
So, you know, work.
Mans are going to be outside more, taking a look at people to sprinkle them classes and them thing there. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
And trying to find the 5, 6, 7, 8s.
Amen.
Of the different choreographers that I'm not necessarily used to. And I'm, you know, mans are amped, yo.
Amen.
Put on a little heel butt. Start posting some more dance videos because people tell me I should. And I'm just like, that's nice. I love that. But
follow
us on the podcast, on the YouTubes, and on the Instagrams, and on the TikToks. Because like I said earlier, the girls are TikToking. And by the girls, I mean Miss Shantae. You know the vibes. Just now, I'll send her some clips to like do stuff. But like I haven't really done anything too exciting just yet. But you know the vibes.
You already know what it is. We'll be back here, same place, same time.
You already know.
Now
I get some food because I'm hungry.
Yeah, you're mean.
She's a little sensitive, guys. She's a little sensitive.
Mean.
I'm not even mean.
Yeah, you are.
I'm very nice.